I'm Dr. Brian Nickel, your cannabis expert for CannabisExpertMD.com. Here on Cannabis Expert MD, we talk a lot about terpenes and cannabis being a tremendously important component of the plant, of how they interact with the cannabinoids and terpenes present to produce the medical and headspace effects that patients always experience. Of course, I am speaking of the entourage effect, that it is the presence and relative ratio of cannabinoids and terpenes that are contained within a particular specimen of cannabis. That's what determines the effects that are produced. Now, terpenes are present everywhere in nature, every trip outside and underneath the trees and around the plants. That exposes you to terpenes and the potential health benefits that they do provide. Although terpenes are present in cannabis and a very important component of it, a lot of other plants do produce terpenes also. Terpenes now are commercially produced from these other plant species into what are referred to as isolate form. It's where a single chemical component of that terpene, the terpene isolate, is concentrated and is used widely in the food and cosmetic industries. In fact, terpenes are recognized by the FDA as safe for use in these purposes. In addition to working with cannabinoids in cannabis through the entourage effect, terpenes have their own unique effects. Buffalo Company, Arkansas's own Buffalo Company, they are now producing a line of terpene nasal inhalers. They call them Terpenes, which contain absolutely no cannabinoids, just specific mixes of terpene isolates. These have significant beneficial effects on the human body. A quick disclaimer on all this, I did develop these for Buffalo Company and I do have a financial interest in their products. There is my conflict of interest disclaimer for everybody. Now, Buffalo Company Reboot Terpenes, these were developed specifically for patients with PTSD and panic attacks or anybody with generally high anxiety levels. The vast majority of patients who use this particular mix of terpenes in the Reboot inhalers that are having high anxiety or panic attacks, they see a 20% reduction to complete resolution of their anxiety symptoms within 30 to 90 seconds typically. Usually lasts people about 15 minutes out to perhaps an hour in time. That's usually long enough to cover a real bad panic attack. It does give a mood lift. It is not sedating at all. It does not impair you one bit. It's even safe to use while driving. Penne Williams is Buffalo Company's Director of Business Development, and she's here to chat with us today about the Terpenes. Penny, thanks for being with us here today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Dr. Nickel.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about Buffalo Company?
Well, Buffalo Co. is one of the first CBD companies to come to Arkansas, to the state. We were established in 2018, right after the Farm Bill was passed, and we have been getting the best hemp and making some of the best products in the state of Arkansas.
Now, I know one of the reasons Buffalo has a reputation for being a Cadillac of brands has to do, of course, with the starting CBD crude that you obtain. Where do you guys get that?
We get that from a 12-year-old established sustainable farm in northwest Colorado. They do not use any type of fertilizer, any type of chemicals on the hemp.
So it's an organically grown thing?
Yes, it is. And we basically feed our hemp.
Oh, so actually the waste products from the production of the CBD crude are reincorporated back into the soil?
Yes, they are.
Neat. Feed the hemp, so it gets better and better all the time.
Soil is your most important and your best friend when it comes to hemp.
So starting out with a good soil is important, like with anything with farming, I would assume. So after you guys obtain this high quality CBD crude from Colorado, it's brought here into Little Rock. Is that where your lab is, Penny?
Yes, sir.
And there it's processed into various products. I know Buffalo Company understands quite well the importance of laboratory testing. Who do you guys use for your lab?
Steep Hill.
Steep Hill Laboratories. Brandon Thornton?
In Little Rock, yes. Brandon Thornton, he is a great man.
Very good to work with. So your products are fully tested for potency as well as to make sure there's no pesticides or heavy metals present.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, so you start with very good crude. What kind of products is Buffalo producing in addition to the terpenes I was speaking of?
Well, okay. We have all types of products. We have hemp elixirs. We have
Which are
it is a tincture of it's a full spectrum tincture, daily tincture that you can take every day. It comes from anywhere from 500 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams to 1,500.
Now, this is essentially a CBD tincture, as I speak
Yes, it
of all the
is.
time. It is a whole plant extract, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So it does contain all of the cannabinoids and minor cannabinoids and terpenes present.
Yes.
Excellent. I'm a whole plant guy, as most people probably know. So in addition, you make some CBD hemp elixirs, the Terpene products. I know Buffalo makes an excellent topical product. Why don't you tell
Oh, yes,
people
the
a
no
little bit about
pain
that?
salve.
Yeah. So Buffalo Company makes a topical product too, the Buffalo No Pain Salve. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. It comes in a quarter ounce, half ounce, and ounce jars. It is one of the best salves available on the market. It can help you with your pains, your swollen joints. It is a very good product.
And one of the things that I think, because I know what's in it, what makes Buffalo Salve a lot more effective than some of the other products is they actually do use the benefits of terpenes to leverage the effects of the CBD, CBC, and other minor cannabinoids present in the salve. A very good product. Now, Buffalo also makes cosmetic products, is that correct?
Yes, we do. We have a Twin Falls, which is made for men and women. All of our products are made for anyone, but we have another one called Queen Defense, which actually Queen Elizabeth, years and years, the Queen Elizabeth I, she had her apothecary man fix her up some face serum for her, and it was basically hemp oil.
I think that goes back to William O'Shaughnessy, actually, is
Yes.
who first brought that back to Ireland at the time, and he was one of the consultants on that. Now, as far as these Terpenes, customer feedback on them, what have you heard as far as the reboot in particular goes?
The reboot, I've had all sorts of people, all sorts of testers that I use from all walks of life. I have had PTSD patients who have used it, and they get the best result. I mean, I had a combat vet who used it, and he usually can't be around a lot of people, but after he used the reboot, he was able to enjoy himself at a get-together. I've had outstanding feedback from PTSD patients that has shown that it works very well for them.
Yeah, that's been my experience with patients, of course, too. Seems to work very quickly, brings down anxiety levels without any side effects to it. What about the other inhalers, the Chillax and the Indamood? Feedback from patients on that, Penny?
Well, both of the names, you can kind of figure out what they're for. Chillax is more of a relaxing terpener. And the Indamood, we have played around with a couple of different terpenes and stuff, and it's kind of a terpener that it brings you a balance, and you're just really relaxed, and it possibly, we had fun trying it out, make you in the mood.
So it relieves a little bit of inhibitions, puts a little relaxation in there.
Totally relaxes you.
And certainly the Chillax name says it all as far as what that goes. I've had some of my patients that have used it, said it kind of has a tendency to turn your sativa into an indica when you use it with cannabis. Now, Penny, I know we're currently testing several other formulations for new terpenes. One in particular, our Boost inhaler, is the one that's probably closest to coming into production. It was designed to improve focus, attention, and maybe give people a little bit of energy. We got a couple different formulations out there. What are you hearing from the testers so far? Good or not?
I'm hearing a lot of good things from the testers. Everyone's kind of liking the second one that we've made. It seems to have a better effect, but everyone who has tried them, they have noticed immediately.
Well, my own experience with them, it certainly does help me, especially when my ADD is raging a little bit, to get a little bit more focused in on things.
Yes.
So I look forward to seeing how that's going to work. Another company I started with as a consultant, I'm now medical director, is Hypnos Virtual. I'll be talking about them more in the future here. But the particular Hypnos machine allows me to trial different terpenes and terpene isolates in real time on patients. And the device has really accelerated our product development and testing for these terpenes.
We thank you for that, sir.
Well, I kind of wanted to kind of tease out a little bit one of the new terpenes we're working on right now. And that's the, for lack of a better way of putting it, the happy mix. What's your experience with that one so far, Penny?
Happiness. The name tells it all. It's happy. We've tried to make the terpenes, we've named them in ways so people will, when you see them, that's exactly what they're going to do for you. They're going to reboot you. They're going to chillax you. They're going to put you in the mood. They're going to make you happy, and they're going to give you some boost.
Yeah, I got to say this particular combination, at least trialing it with the hypnosis machine, I'd say probably 9 out of 10 patients, they will smile after it takes effect in about 30 seconds. Almost everybody reports a state of being really content. They feel just good. Happy is a good way to put it. I think we all could use a little bit of happiness and contentedness these days, don't you,
No
Penny?
kidding.
Oh, and by the way, it kind of boosts their confidence, too. I found that out in
It
some of my
does. It makes
patients.
people can walk into a room and who would normally be very shy, and they're not.
So be sure to watch for the Boost inhaler coming out soon and a new happy one in the near future. Penny, as far as these terpenes go, how much do they cost?
$15.
And you know that I know Buffalo Company is able to produce this at a relatively low price. Trying to keep something in the cannabis world affordable for patients, is that's a maximum price that anybody can charge for that?
That is the maximum price.
So you might find it for less.
Exactly.
How long do these terpenes last on a typical patient?
I would say anywhere from, I'll say 30 to 45 days or about 100 sniffs.
About 100 sniffs, that's kind of what I'm hearing back from patients too. They kind of start to fade off after that period of time. And now, where can patients get these terpenes?
Well, you can get terpenes at getbuffaloco.com on our website.
Of course, and hey, since you're mentioning that, I do have some coupon codes now that Buffalo has given to me for my patients and everybody out there watching us on the social media. I'll get Mr. Producer to run an overlay with those if you want to use those. They're also available at some of the dispensaries and retail establishments. Is that
Yes,
correct?
they are. They are available at Custom Cannabis in the Central Arkansas area. They're available at Custom
Now,
Cannabis.
they're located in Alexander.
They're located on Highway 5 and Alexander Road.
Okay.
Then we have them at Curaleaf, which is on 12th Street. We have them
Right in Little Rock.
Yeah, in Little Rock. We have them at Green Springs and Hot Springs.
Oh, one of the first dispensaries.
Yes,
Still called Dragon out there.
Dragon,
He's got
he's great.
terpenes.
And then we have them at Suite 443, and that is a very cute little store. We're hoping to get them in High Bank in Pine Bluff, and we're working on some other places in Pine Bluff. And then up in Northeast Arkansas, they're at Plant Therapy and Crop. And then in Northwest Arkansas, we're working on getting those into the dispensaries up there. Relief, The Source, which was bought by Cookies. So we're trying to get them in all throughout the state to help and down in South Arkansas, Zen.
So at this point, a lot of the dispensaries are starting to bring the new product on. So hopefully they will be available at a lot of dispensaries right now. Certainly a lot of the CBD shops around the state are carrying in that. Some of the smoke shops probably carrying
yes.
some of the terpenes.
Healing Hemp of Arkansas on Cantrell.
Heights
Apothecary up on Kavanaugh.
So there's a lot in the central Arkansas region that are doing it. And you can always get them at getbuffaloco.com. Well, I look forward to seeing the next things that that Buffalo Company is providing to us as far as new product development goes. It's a pretty exciting time to be in the cannabis business.
Would you like to try it, Dr.
I'd
Nickel?
love to go ahead and try one of these. It's not the first time I've tried a little
that's
reboot.
the reboot.
It really is a very pleasant mix of terpenes, not at all irritating to you, and really does take effect relatively quickly. For more information on all things medical cannabis, be sure to check us out at CannabisExpertMD.com. We're also available on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Gab, and the relevant platforms under Cannabis Expert MD.